Hi, it's your girl, Brian, like to infinity and Brian, and this is the podcast Outside the Lab, and we are with,
Oh, Priscilla. Hello.
what's your last name?
Oh, and last name too. Gomez.
Okay. And this is her episode, and this is episode 2. So we're gonna get to know Priscilla. Let's go. So, who are you? Give us a whole summary.
All right. Well, I guess I'm a creative because I really like making like different things. I really enjoy like animation and art, and also like composing music pieces. It's like really fun, and I have like I don't know. It's just so fun. Okay, it's so fun to basically just like listen to other like music artists. Like I have like a strong passion for listening to different video game composers. I really like enjoy listening to their music and stuff.
Do you have anybody specific?
A lot. There's a lot. Like, okay, there's a lot of good Sonic music, but I guess other than that, instrumentals from like Kingdom Hearts, and also I love a lot of Toby Fox music too. It's really good.
Yeah, my favorite is Kingdom Hearts. Like I used to when I was a little kid in middle school, I would take the little 3DS, stick it to my ear, and listen to just to to the game. So I know it's embarrassing. I should probably not say that.
No, that's fine. I love the music, and also besides the instrumentals as well. Like I love like Hikaru Uta. You say like Utara? That's how you pronounce it? Okay, I'm wrong. But yeah, I really like her music in the game too. Like for the openings, they're always like really good.
Oh yeah, they're really amazing. And you said you like animation. What kind of animation do you like? Anime? Do you like animation from I don't know where? Like, what do you like?
Okay, well I like different forms, but I guess you could say my favorite would be like 2D animation. I really like how I guess you could say like the newer shows like the DuckTales reboot looks. I really like how they redesigned the characters but still like kept like the essence. Like you could still tell who like Scrooge McDuck is. It's just that there's like more harsher shading and stuff, and they went for like a more comic book look, which I really like.
And like, when did you get into animation? Like, tell us like your beginner like Spider-Man story.
My beginner Spider-Man story. I don't know, like 5.
Like, but how'd that go? Like, were you sitting there waiting for some weird show to jump on, and I just saw it, and it just affected my life, and I'm like, that's gonna be me one day.
Okay, so for me, I really liked watching like Cartoon Network cartoons a lot, like when I was little. But besides that, I'd watch like a ton of like Disney movies, and I remember always being like, "Oh, that's cool. I don't know how they do that, but that's cool."
Oh, you're better than me because I thought that was real.
And what's it called? My mom was like, I actually have like this animation book, and I was like, that's so crazy. And so I don't know, it was like called like 100 Years or something, but basically it was like all of the classic Disney films, but it explained like how they were animated and basically how it was with like the studio and stuff. And like obviously I couldn't read like that much back then, so it was more of just like looking at the actual pictures and stuff. And I think it was at like that moment where I was like, oh my God, that's like so cool. Like I want to do that. And so, yeah, it was kind of in the back of my mind, like animation for a while.
What about your first anime?
My first,
Anime.
Oh, anime? Oh my God. I don't even remember. I watched I watched a lot of like bad anime like nobody has even heard of. Because, okay, as a child, I didn't know about like looking up like anime websites to like watch for free. So I got all my anime off of YouTube.
Oh my gosh. Like for me, I'm from like I'm a 90s baby. Well, I mean, I'm not really in the 90s because I was born in like 96, so I didn't get to experience much of the 90s. But I was experienced the VHS, okay? And all I had was like Pokemon and Pokemon and Pokemon.
Good though.
I didn't even know it was anime.
Like a cartoon, right?
Yeah, like regular cartoon. And then I would watch Toonami, and like my favorite shows were Naruto and Bleach, and basically all of them because I didn't really like Dragon Ball. I didn't like seeing big buff men throwing souls at each other. But I remember on my birthday, it was October 5th, and Bleach came on. And I was like, oh. I didn't know how much it was going to affect my life. And I love Bleach ever since then. And I love Naruto, of course. And I made everybody else play Naruto with me at the playground, at school. Like, they would make fun of me, of course, but they'd be on that playground playing Naruto with me. But yeah.
Oh, you know what? Now that like you mentioned some anime, I think one of the first like animes I watched like a ton of when I was younger was Fairy Tail. I loved Fairy Tail when I was little. Me and my brother would like watch it a lot, and I know it was on like Netflix at one point. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to like watch it.
Have you watched? I mean, not watched this dumb. Have you read any manga?
Manga? Oh my god, not in forever. No, not since middle school.
Oh my gosh, I've been reading manga since 6th grade. I remember my friend brought to school like a Tokyo Mew Mew manga, and I read it during the whole class, and I was just so obsessed after that. And then I think my adoptive dad, he found one of those things where you could sign up for the Shonen Jump magazine, and he signed up for it. He's like, oh, what is this? And he found out it was like a comic book, so he just kept buying it and giving it to me, so I would do that, and I thought it was so cool. But but yeah. What else like what are you at better use for though?
Okay. Well, since I guess you could say like this year is my fellowship year, I really wanted to create like a little passion project, and I know that like a lot of us are creating passion projects right now. So mine's is basically, it doesn't have a name yet. It's called Fight Scene right now. But I guess the whole thing with Fight Scene is it's gonna be a little action comedy bit, and the animation is gonna be around like 3 to 5 minutes long. And I remember how like Sean had mentioned like, oh, dream big this year. And originally I wasn't gonna do like any of this. Like it was only gonna be like portfolio work. But I thought about it, and like one of my like really big dreams is to hopefully have my own animation show one day. So when he asked like, oh, does anyone like wanna become like a lead in like their own project or something, I was like, oh my god, that would be the perfect chance.
Priscilla.
I was like,
my chance to shine.
That's the perfect chance to basically showcase like some of my characters. There's gonna be only 2 and a narrator, so I guess 3 technically. But I'm really excited for it because they're like original characters that I made like, oh my god, like all the way back in like elementary. So they've gone through like a lot of changes like design wise and stuff, but it's cool, to.
Do you have a show idea or a little short idea you can talk about?
Oh my god, yes. Too long for a show idea, I won't say. But basically for the short, it's very like simple. There's like these different stones that were basically supposed to be like created by like the very essence of nature itself. And so basically all of these like little different stones are like MacGuffins. they attach to a user's soul, and based off of their strength, like their inner strength, they'll be given like a power that basically like suits with, I guess you could say, their personality or what they're really good at. So yeah, that's basically that for the stone part. For short, oh my god, that made no sense. For what I meant to say is for the short. Basically what happens is that the narrator introduces these stones and how usually they aren't shown to someone unless like they have like a good heart, and it's established that like a lot of people actually want these stones. And so since it's only a 3 to 5 minute short, that's why the narrator is important to have too, to basically like explain that in the beginning. And basically like Celestine already found like one of the stones, and she's trying to get like a water bottle out of a vending machine.
You know what this reminds me of? Captain Planet. I don't know if you've seen that show.
Have I? Can I look it up?
See, I feel old already. I used to watch that show so religiously. Like a bunch of kids with like rings that they come together and they want this audience guy show. Yeah.
Yeah, I had seen like a couple scenes from.
Yeah, like with all your powers combined on Captain Planet.
But yeah, we don't know if she paid for the water bottle or not. She's trying to get it out. And yeah, basically, the villain's like chilling in his car, and then he's like, "Oh, who's that?" They're like, "Oh, it's probably just some crazy person." But then he sees like her actually use the power, and she's able to like tip the water bottle over, and she's like, "Oh my god!" And so, like a little chase scene happens from there, and then basically, they like start fighting, like at like this super fancy park. And for like the comedic bits, Celestine like just got her powers, so she doesn't know like how to use it that well. And then for the villain, I don't explain like how he found it. So basically he found like this like rusty old stone, so it's like cracked. So when he's like fighting her, he can't use like his full power because it's all like
And like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I guess definitely an animator, and hopefully like in the like way future, I guess you could say like a director for like the TV show.
And why would you want to do that? Because you know, a director is not only making your film or a show. There's a lot of like hats you have to like carry, and everybody wants to be a director, but they don't do the work. So
well, I don't know, I like I guess you could say besides like animation, because I really do love animation, like I think getting hands-on with like actually doing it as at first as like a position is something I'd really like. But later down the line, what I'd really like directing is just because like you get to talk to like different people in like the departments, and then you could be like, I want it to look like a certain way. And it is a lot about like having to speak your mind, but like speak it well, which I think it'll be good to like get the hang of like this year as being a director. But yeah.
Do you have any other passions outside of animation and game sound?
Oh, okay, there's a lot, but like, what is
This is your episode. So.
I guess you're right. You're right. It is my episode. I mean, I like playing video games, but that's not right.
But what kind of video games? There's like a billion. There's a romance one where you like building a lady and get the love of your life that pays no attention to anybody else. Or there's a horror. There's ones that are like tag that I absolutely love. I play anything that's like Dead by Daylight. I love IDV. I just love getting chased or chasing my friends and like torturing them. And oh wait, I shouldn't have said that here. I cut that out. But yeah, I like games like that. Or like other horror games where you have to solve some puzzle to hope that the hunter don't or like the monster don't come get you. So what kind of games do you like?
I really like the Mario games. They're like super fun. I know that's a bit basic, but also like
basic is what you like. Are you gonna let somebody call you basic like that?
But I really do love Nintendo games. And oh my God, I've been spending like a bajillion hours in Breath of the Wild. It's just so much fun because I don't know, I really love like the different music pieces to it. But also it's just so fun because it's like like just getting to do your own thing. Because the way the game's set up is you could like technically go up and try to defeat the final boss as soon as like you're in the game, but you're obviously gonna die.
Yeah.
So basically you get to choose how you play the game because there's different they're called like divine beasts or whatever, but there's different beasts to basically fight. But I like that you get to choose what you want to do. And then if you don't want to go for the fighting stuff, then you could be like helping people out in like the village, and that's a lot of fun. Or like doing puzzles. There's these things called like shrines, and you do like these little puzzle games to basically get like this thing called like a spirit orb, and basically that leads to like getting an extra heart and stuff. But yeah.
So it's basically like hey, I don't feel like fighting Joe today. Like, yeah, can I do something else? And so you go get little hearts.
Yeah. It's fun. And like the hearts are gonna help you too because it makes you like stronger. So it's worth it. But yeah.
Is there any new upcoming games that you're excited about?
They just released part 2.
I'm sorry, I'm old. So
it's called Tears of the Kingdom. Well, have you played the Legend of Zelda games?
I think I played it in middle school for like a little bit, and I ran around with the little bird thing. Yeah, that's all I did.
But yeah, I'm really excited for Tears of the Kingdom. I have no idea like what changed for like that game because like I want to go in kind of like blind and just play it. But yeah.
Have you played Pokemon?
I've played. I've quote unquote played Pokemon. I'm gonna be honest. We flew out of my head. I was like, wow, this is a fun game. I totally forgot about it. But I do love like the Pokemon series, like the cartoons. I have like a ton of fun like rewatching them too with like my family.
I've actually never seriously played Pokemon. Like I always try to get the cute like. Actually, I have never got past the second gym leader. I don't lose it or whatever. Like I don't know why they always make the second one so hard. Like I'm trying my best. My little baby guys are just still trying to stay cute. Like why you gotta be so hard? But anyways, yeah, I've never played past the second gym leader. And whenever I tell people that, like, why you're such a loser, like, whatever.
What's it called? I was really dumb when I played my first Pokemon game because I didn't know that they all jumped, and I was like, oh, my Pokemon's so cute jumping, so I named my first Pokemon Jumpy. And then once I got my second one, I was like, that one jumps.
Have you ever played Animal Crossing as part of Nintendo?
Oh no, I actually haven't, which is like a big surprise to I think myself too, because my brother's like, pretty sure you'd love it, and I was like, but will but I know it's really fun and like relaxing. So
man, I got into it because I like the lore behind having this like little bossy, sleazy raccoon telling me I have to give him money, and I was like, me too, I want to be that. And so just like everybody else during COVID, I got it, and and I started paying him money. Well, no, he brought in his little nephews, and he was like, my nephews, I'm doing my job now. And so I gave them money and stuff for everything. But yeah, I like the game. On Discord, it's a different story. So I know I sound like a 12-year-old little boy. And I get told that all the time. And I was in this Discord group for Animal Crossing, and these kids are so harsh. Like they mean so Tiger King at the time. I don't even know if you guys remember that.
Oh yes.
So we made a whole. Each of our islands are dedicated to a job that we do, and they made me the villain. So I had to pretend to be Tiger King. I even dressed my Animal Crossing character into Tiger King. They made a whole prison for me just to like beat me up, and I was making everybody laugh, and it was just so fun. And then like the president or whatever didn't like that, and they kicked me out because my voice was bothering people. But yeah, that was fun, and I love playing with other people. But this new game, there's not much you can do. You have to make things for you guys to do. Like you have to use your imagination. But yeah, what about your imagination? How's that? Like, are you like a very active daydreamer where all these little stories, like let's say you watch Fairy Tale and you're like, oh my god, main character of the other show I like so much?
I guess imagination wise, I love like world building for my characters. And that's what I'm notorious for, because when I was younger, actually, I went to the same school that my mom worked at.
Oh,
And she would do a lot of overtime. And basically like sometimes she wouldn't leave at like till 10 at like night. And so
boy, you know, let's get back to that story later.
but basically I just had a tablet of hers, and it had like no Wi-Fi. Like
Oh,
yes, so it would just be a couple games and stuff. So basically it was like around that time where I started like thinking of like different characters and like their stories, and like there was a nurse's office too with a bed. So sometimes I would just like fall asleep in there. And then when I wasn't, it would probably be like playing a game or something. Um, once I got the 3DS later on, that was like really fun. But yeah, I guess you could say like, I think that counts as daydreaming, right? Or what? Would it? Yeah.
whatever you think is daydreaming.
But yeah, I guess it was just like creating these little stories and different characters. And when I got better at drawing and stuff, that's when I was like, oh, okay, that one character I had in my head, that's
Do you have any favorite characters that you created?
well, yeah, like Celestine, the character that's gonna be in what's it called, in the little short I'm making. I'm really excited to like finish it.
Why did you name her that?
Why did I name her that? Okay, two reasons. Okay, so like she's a good guy, and it's like Celestine the Heavens, but like also I really love that name, and I was introduced to it in like this little movie. It's called Ernest and Celestine, with like this really cute mouse, and oh my god, I fell in love with her character, and I was like, oh my god, I want to name my character that. And yeah, now she's named Celestine.
Oh. Would you still use that name for another character?
For another character, it suits her too well. And then like I guess you can like correlate the two, because like when I hear the heavens or whatever, like heavenly, it could also for me like it just means like the sky and stuff, and I associate that color with blue, so I added that like to her color palette as well. Like she has blue eyes and like a blue suit, and I think it really like complements her character well.
And to dig a little deeper into who Priscilla is, you said your mom worked till 10. How was that?
Oh my god, that was so fun. Like, oh my god. But the thing is, I was just there. Like, she was super nice too, because like sometimes she'd go into like the parent center and she'd be like, I have the Incredibles movie, and she'd just like VHS. I'd be like, oh. I'd be like watching that. So sometimes they did have the parent center open, and so I was able to like watch like Disney movies, whatever they had in the office. So that was fun. But yeah, it was a really like interesting experience, because like for me that was my normal, like, you know, like, oh, I'll take a nap in the nurse's office, and then like I'll probably play a video game for a bit and just like think.
And how is it like working with your parent like there?
Oh, yeah. It's so weird. Cause like I'd be like, cause my mom would get invited to like these little breakfast things or whatever, and then I'd see like my English teacher. Hi. But yeah, it was just it was kind of awkward at first, but I got really used to it. And it wasn't until I went into high school, because I was in there since like elementary till middle school. So when I went to high school, I was like, oh my God. Like, that's so weird to me now to think that, like, you know, I knew all the teachers like that well, and I saw them that constantly.
That's good. And do you go to school now? Like, do you?
Oh, okay. So now, it's just the internship. Besides this, I'm also doing like the Elevate program to like get some extra hours and, you know, to make moolah.
Make that money.
But yeah, I'm really gonna try to get into the industry by basically networking, and also I do want the film, the little mini short film, to like be seen hopefully by a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Because I want like anyone who would be interested in like hiring me to know, like, you know, I'm really serious about it, and like I'll give it my all if I am hired.
And to dig even deeper into who Priscilla is, with being an artist, a lot of people will deal with where you don't feel like good enough. Do you like have a problem with that?
Oh my God, that was me for the longest. But then I went through like my whole anime.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, for the longest I was like, oh my God, like everyone makes such good art, and I'm like, mine's this gaga. And I think the way I got out of it is I was like, well, I admire like so many people's art. I think that's when I realized like I had a problem, because I was like, I should be able to see like what's nice about my art. And so what I stopped doing for a while is like, for when I was like younger, for example, I'd always make like my family like these drawings and stuff, and oh, it took so much work, because I have like a lot of family members, and some of them didn't always like, you know, appreciate it, and that would make me sad. But I think after like realizing that, I was like, why didn't I stop making art for people? And I basically just started focusing on me and what I enjoyed drawing. And then from there, I started making like different little changes, like, oh, I can draw that eye better. And like it was around that time where like my art like made like a big glow up. I was like, oh my God. I was like,
and because I can relate to that, I think I still suffer a little bit about it, because I'm like, look at the eye, it's kind of like twisted. But I really got back into drawing again, because I want to be a storyboard artist. I'm a really good storyteller. Like when I got into Skydance, I was doing really well. Like I kind of lied to them a little bit, because they asked me. I was scared that I was gonna get in, and so they asked me like, "Oh, do you just want to do film or animation?" And I was like, "I can do whatever, but I don't want to do animation." But I didn't want to be like, "Oh, this is what I want to do," you know. And they put me in both, and I was like, "Oh, I guess." But I got to see two different worlds. Like the film world, it's so different than the animation. Like, the film world, everybody's quiet. They keep to themselves. They don't really talk much. They just gave me scripts and they're like, oh, tell me what you think about it. And I'm like, okay. And then the animation is totally different. They're so happy. I feel like I was in a cartoon. Like, this one guy, I don't remember his name. I'm so bad with names. But he was like, oh, hi, my name is this guy. Like, how are you doing? Like, they even checked on me before I even went in there. Oh, I even got a funny story. It's embarrassing. So there's this new game. I don't think it even came out yet. It's a tell me game, so basically like a dating game. But it was brand new. And the thing is different. Like, they're usually in 2D, but this is 3D, and the 3D animation was gorgeous. And I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta show this to them, right? And I was telling them about it, and there was a group of people, right? And they was like, oh, my friend was like, I gotta show it to everybody, right? She looks it up, right?
Oh no.
And she accidentally chooses the wrong thing. And it has the same name as the game, but it's a very explicit game. No! And it showed, and I screamed, I was like, no, that's not... And I'll never forget that, ever. No, that's so embarrassing. But yeah, but I am a really hard time accepting my work for what it is. But I like telling stories, and I guess that's how I'm here, because I like telling stories. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I think that's it. I guess one more thing to talk about. Voice acting is really cool.
Oh,
yes. Oh my god, there's so many good voice actors out there. And like, I've done like mini voice acting things. Like, I did one for my friend where I was like 3 lines. And then for like the one we did here, I had like some little lines too. But oh, I forgot to mention. But I'm actually voice acting Celestine for the project.
Oh.
And it's, I don't know, voice acting's always been like something where I'm like, oh, it's so fun to like do, but it's so hard.
It is so hard. It's a lot. You have to watch how you say stuff.
Yes.
And how the mic catches that. Because if you're just like, I'm like, that's not how he's out.
I'm gonna be sounding like a maniac at the house. Because like even today, I was just practicing like saying random stuff in her voice. Because when you like change to a different voice, you don't say things how you naturally do.
Yeah.
And so that can make it hard to like deliver a certain line. So I was just like messing with it.
Also, you don't hear it.
Yeah. That's true. Oh yeah. So what I had to do, I've been like recording to hear how like I sound back. Cause I noticed when like people like voice act, you'll be like, oh my god, like I'm being so over the top.
Yeah.
And then you listen back to it and you're like, huh, it's actually not that over the top. So you actually have to exaggerate it even more.
Oh,
yeah.
Will you give us a little Celestine? No, you have to. You have to. You have to. Come on. Come on.
Okay. I'm still thinking on her voice. Okay, I'm sorry for whoever's listening. Cringe warning. Okay.
Wait, you have a script?
Oh, do I have a script? Yeah, but the thing is, like, okay, it's not done. And the second
we can just practice.
No, it's okay. You know what I'll do? I'll talk in her voice.
Okay.
So
I'll pretend like I'm a villain.
Oh, you're a villain?
Yeah.
Oh no, this is
I better have one of these stones.
Gonna end terribly.
Okay. Ready?
So not ready.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I finally found the stone. This is my stone. Who will ever stop me? I will say it once again. Who will ever stop me?
Oh my god. I cannot do that. Oh my god. Okay. How about
Will I ever be
okay? How about instead of I guess doing a mini scene, I could just like show you her tone right now.
Okay.
Okay. So for like Celestine's tone, I was thinking for something like more high pitched, but like okay, more than this. Oh God, I'm gonna introduce myself as Celestine. Okay, so hi, I cannot do it. Okay, so Celestine would sound something more like this, like more like high pitch. So she'd be like, "Oh my God, what the heck happened?" Like it's more of like
like, oh my God.
no, not like that. But yeah, it would be something way more high pitched, and like even like that, when you listen to it like back on the speaker, or like from whatever, it's not as exaggerated either. So I do definitely want to go high pitched and like mess
Like
with
even higher? Like,
oh my God, no, not that. Not that. Okay, if you want, I can read one line from there, because let's see. Let me go to my drive. I'm still thinking about, oh my God.
I got this done.
No, that's so bad. Oh my God. Okay. Where is it? Did it go missing? Okay, there it is. I found it, guys. Okay. So let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Narrator. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'll do one scene. And keep in mind, guys, please, I'm still working on the voice. She's not there yet. Right now, she's diet Celestine. She's not full Celestine yet. Okay. Let's see. Where's the line? Okay, I found it. Going to die right now. Okay. Where is it again? Oh, there you go. Oh, come on, Stone. Please work. I have to be strong enough for something, right? Oh God. Let's see. What if I do this? That would be like.
It's not like, oh my God.
No.
I can do this.
I would die if that was Celestine. No.
But anyways, well, it's now come to an end. Yippee! And I just want to say thank you for being here on my second episode.
Yay!
I'm Brian, like to infinity, and Brian, you are Priscilla. And I just want to give a shout out to our two sponsors, Skydance and Sola, for letting us film here.
Oh, can I say my Instagram?
Yeah, go ahead and plug your Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram. So it's at, okay, it's Pro Priscilla, but everything, there's no spaces.
Okay.
So it's just like squished together and all lowercase. So
okay, and I'll even put it in the little thing where you guys go look for it. Well, that's it. I'll see you next week for the next episode. So be ready. Bye-bye.
bye.